Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2. I have explored or scanned the planets in Armada. Also, there was a little oh, this is a tiny little system. there was a little mission report after the Normandy crash site thing, which obviously didn't show much. Did show us the overall experience gained, which was 200. Of course, some money, and that's really it. The helmet, I guess. Haven't looked at it yet. Right. We did get some resources. I went back and refueled and bought some new probes. And now we're in the Fathar system to take a look at these planets here. Korar. Korar is a small, lifeless rock blessed with significant deposits of thorium, used in radiation shielding and the manufacture of space frame alloys. A small population of miners eke out an existence on the surface, selling their ore at Lorik and praying that the intermittent raids by the Terminus pirate clans will pass their homestead by. There have been no children born on Korar since the infamous pirate raid of 2047, when every child on the planet was rounded up and taken as a slave. Any couple finding itself pregnant preemptively moves off-world. Huh. Nice.
Anomaly detected.
Oh, okay. Lorik is an extremely rare example of a habitable world circling a red dwarf star. Originally an independent Asari colony named Isan, it was annexed by the Batarian hegemony in 1913, causing a minor galactic incident. Despite several attempts, the local Terminus warlords have never been able to take Lorik for themselves. Lorik is a low-density world, composed of rock, light metals, and a water-based crust. It is tidally locked to Fathar with a sunward hot pole and shadowed cold pole. Water on the sunward side evaporates quickly, traveling over the islands of the habitable Terminator Zone in the form of massive, fast-moving thunderstorms, and finally settling as snow on the frozen dark side. There are fears that the buildup of ice cap mass on the far side may cause axial reorientation over the course of several million years, but Batarian officials dismiss the idea as an irresponsible theory disseminated by counter-hegemonist subversives. I mean, axial reorientation over the course of several million years does not sound like a very immediate threat, I must say. Well, I was going to pause the recording and scan these planets for stuff after I'm done reading all of these, but I guess since this does have an anomaly, I might as well look for that right away. Where is it? Wait. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that the indicator is so hard to see here. Wait. What? Oh, there it is.
General distress. Beacon auto process.
Probe away. Scans have found something.
Signal scans detected transmitter matching Cerberus encryption. It is registered to an unknown deep cover operative. Cerberus operative life signs unconfirmed. Other transmissions that mesh known Eclipse coded communications also detected. Okay. Well, we'll see what's that about. Yes, I haven't taken Garrus on an actual mission yet. And I don't know. And I guess I'll take Jacob because he's a Cerberus member, or used to be. I mean, he still is, but you know, if that comes into play. Oh yeah, right. I also did distribute Garrus's points. Although, did I do that on camera? Now that I think about it, I'm not sure anymore. That's fine. Yes. This does look pleasant enough. So is this one of the jobs I already had? Yes, it is. Okay, I thought I had read the name before. It's just weird that it wasn't... the quest wasn't marked there. Don't they usually show any assignments and missions you have in the respective systems? And anyway, so this is not a total surprise here. Also, I completely neglected reading any new Codex entries last time, so I guess now's as good a time as any to come back to that.
Asari-made Solaris armor can resist even the tremendous heat and kinetic energy of starship weapons. The armor is nearly unsurpassed in strength because its central material, carbon nanotube sheets woven with diamond chemical vapor deposition, are crushed by mass effect fields into super dense layers able to withstand extreme temperatures. That process also compensates for diamond's brittleness. Diamond armor itself has two limiting disadvantages. First, while nanotubes and CVD diamond construction has become cheaper in recent years, it remains prohibitively expensive to coat starships or aircraft larger than fighters in Solaris material. Second, the armor must be attached to the ship's superstructure, so shockwaves from massive firepower can still destroy the metals beneath the armor itself. A popular misconception holds that the diamond composition of Solaris armor gives it its sparkle. In fact, atmospheric nitrogen impurities during the superhot forging process give the armor its metallic gray or yellow sheen.
Okay.
Based on existing technology, the ML-77 is a rapid-fire missile launcher using seeking projectiles. Each projectile features a friend or foe recognition system, ensuring it will find a hostile target even if the user's aim is not completely accurate.
That seems useful.
The weapon excels at taking out snipers and other entrenched enemies in dense urban environments. This makes it popular with mercenary groups, particularly the Blue Suns mercenary band. Missile launchers have been appearing with increasing frequency in the Terminus system, but their point of manufacture is unknown. Legal duplication of missile launchers is difficult due to fabrication rights management, FRM, technology.
Okay. Space combat pursuit tactics. Dependent on light. Sensors cannot detect objects moving at faster than light speeds. No ship can be detected at interstellar ranges. Detection at interplanetary ranges suffers from light speed lag. Observers see ships not where they appear to be, but where they were when the light bearing the image left them, minutes, hours, or days before. To counteract light speed lag, battle fleets surround themselves with spheres of screening and scouting frigates. Pursuers cannot detect ships and directly intercept them. Instead, pursuers track where objects were, where they were heading, and at what speed they were moving. Such data reliably predicts an object's future location, and for pursuit along its light-lagged wake, ships trying to evade pursuit follow erratic zigzag courses, requiring pursuers to make stops to update their projections. Right. Predicts an object's future location, and for pursuit along the light. What? Is it just me, or does that sentence not make sense? Anyway, that was that. Right. Disruptor torpedoes. Disruptor torpedoes are powered projectiles with warheads that create random and unstable mass effect fields when triggered. These fields warp space-time in localized areas. The rapid asymmetrical mass charges cause the target to rip itself apart. In-flight torpedoes use a mass-increasing field, making them too huge for enemy kinetic barriers to repel. Because extra mass retards acceleration, torpedoes are easy prey for defensive Guardian weapons and must therefore be launched at extremely close range to be effective. To prevent damage to the parent craft, torpedoes must be cold-launched, meaning they are released before their thrusters ignite. Aligning with its target's trajectory, a fighter releases a torpedo and immediately thrusts away, while the torpedo continues to coast toward its target. After the fighter is clear, no more than a second after launch, the torpedo activates its mass effect field its mass field, and thrusters away from the fighter and towards its target. Torpedoes are the main anti-ship weapon used by fighters. Launched at point-blank range in ripple-fire waves, they are reminiscent of the ancient Calliope rocket artillery launchers, thus their popular nickname Callies. By saturating defensive Guardian systems with multiple targets, at least a few torpedoes will get through. Javelin. The Javelin is an experimental close assault weapon fitted on a handful of newer Alliance warships. It consists of a rack of 2 or more disposable disruptor torpedo tubes, bolted or magnetically slung onto the exterior of a ship's armored hull. Fired on converging trajectories, the torpedoes detonate in a precisely timed sequence that allows the warhead's dark energy to resonate and thereby magnify the resulting space-time warp effects. Like fighter-launched torpedoes, Javelins are cold-launched for safety reasons, though they use a different approach. Resembling old-fashioned submarine torpedo tubes, Javelin torpedoes come packed in individual sealed tubes filled with compressed inert gas. Opening the front of the tube causes escaping gases to push the torpedo into the vacuum, releasing a puff of crystals around the mouth of the tube. After completely clearing the tube, the torpedo ignites its thrusters. Javelin mounts are most often fitted on swift frigates, which enter knife-fight torpedo ranges as a matter of course. Javelins may also be fitted on heavier ships for short-range engagements, such as trans-relay assaults. They are particularly useful in this role for dreadnoughts, which cannot lay their main guns on close-range targets. As missile weapons, Javelins are subject to highly accurate defensive Guardian fire. They must be launched in large numbers and at short range to have any chance of hitting their target at all. Okay. Oh, that's it. Well then. So what exactly does the mission say? Rescue operative. Right. Enter the base. Rescue the operative. Straightforward enough. Okay, and my recording software just crashed for some reason. I don't think that ever happened before. Okay, I just went ahead and restarted the mission real quick. Let's see. Yeah, journal gets updated. I'm not entirely sure why. Let's see here. May have sensitive data. Okay, didn't read that before. I see. So we are supposed to rescue them, whoever they are, and recover the data. Makes sense. Okay. I did rebind my... yeah. So I did rebind this to RB and this to LB. And I think, yeah, my weapons should already be pre-buffed. Okay, let's save again. And, right, there are enemies here. That's not...
Look sharp!
Get him. Nice.
Yeah!
Okay.
Tag!
Close finger. Can I please...
Negative contact! On my screen.
Mind over matter!
Am I even hitting? Oh, hi. Garrus, you're kind of in the way. Also, I did not realize I was not in cover anymore, which sucks.
I'll tear you apart!
Ouch!
Cover!
Oh, I guess getting hit by certain things causes you to leave cover? Well, that works. It's probably painfully obvious for anyone watching, but, you know, it's things like that, like getting kicked out of cover. I find very hard to notice in the heat of combat when I'm focusing on all kinds of things. And constantly being in this mode, you know. Especially since there is no difference. Looks like, I mean, right now I'm technically still in cover. Well, now I'm not. So when you zoomed in, you can't actually see any difference. So that's great. Yeah. That kind of thing is going to happen. Medkit, I guess I might leave that here for later, although chances are once I reach the end of the mission I won't be able to return, or won't feel like I want to. Also, right. Never mind then. I actually had room for Medigel. You know what? Let's be safe. That was this one. the lower one, yes. Easy, easy. And we get some credits. Okay. Now what's this? Holding cell access. Okay, that seems useful. Security console. Subject ID. Interrogator, was that Corporal Giro? Subject, Cerberus Agent Tyrone Rawlings. Huh. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Eclipse targeted Agent Rawlings some time ago. We know Rawlings is connected to the encrypted data we acquired. The data could conclusively prove Cerberus' involvement in the Arachni experiments. We believe Rawlings possessed a cipher that can be used to decrypt the data. Without his cipher, the data could take years for Eclipse to decode. Subject captured. Agent Rawlings proved difficult to capture, having insinuated himself on a ship bound for the Attican Traverse. He had won over the loyalty of the ship's crew, who believed him to be a human dignitary on a mission of discovery. Our own agents managed to disable the ship and hobble his defenses long enough to extract Agent Rawlings. We lost a lot of men to obtain this asset. This data had better be worth the expense. Subject interrogated. The interrogation has failed. Despite some of our most advanced interrogation techniques, Agent Rawlings managed to evade our questions. When we applied more invasive methods, he proved resistant to those as well. Eventually, Agent Rawlings' resistance caused tempers to flare. We consider it unfortunate that Agent Rawlings did not live to pass on the cipher. Well, crap. We have men working to decipher the encryption now. As long as we control this data, its mere existence remains a powerful tool against Cerberus. So, Agent Rawlings himself is dead, huh? But we still have to recover the data. Well then, holding cells access where? Oh, I see. Let's open this then. Okay. Easy enough.
You're all mine.
What? Oh, oh. Wait.
There we go.
That was weird. Some misses. Okay. Someone hit something there.
This should slow him down.
What? Oh, come on.
Before their shields recover.
Nice.
Let's try this.
Hostile drone! Get over here.
Maybe I should actually switch to a better weapon. Also, head over to better cover. Oh, that's a named NPC. That guy's dead.
Shot.
That guy's dead. Ah, come on. In the first game, that would have hit. I guess this is more of a shooter than the first game was. So a bit more accuracy is asked of me. Well, that worked out somehow. I guess my friends did most of the work here, which is fine. That's exactly what they're here for. Oh, can I grab that? Yes. Not that I needed to, but it's nice. Okay, that's... Is that locked? No, that's... I guess I can hack that. Oh. This is where the reinforcements came from. I'll take that platinum, thank you very much. Okay. So they were just hiding in this little dead end. Well, I guess they came from there. Radar doesn't show any enemies up ahead here, which I guess is good. Let's see. There. And there. Oh. That's it, huh? Well, crap.
This computer contains the encrypted intelligence extracted from the captured Cerberus agent. The information could adversely affect Cerberus if it were ever circulated publicly.
Recover for myself. To lose yet to use later. Interesting. I mean, do I want to help Cerberus cover up their experiments with the Rachni? Not really, honestly.
Data uploaded to Alliance Command.
Sorry, Cerberus. Oh wait, that was also it. Damn, now I wish I had looked around a bit more. We'll see. Okay, Cerberus operative Tyrone Rawlings was found dead. Encryption data transmitted to Alliance for decryption. Not a lot of experience gained. Cerberus funding, okay. Yeah, that brings me back right away. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how this works. I really wish the game would allow me to at least give me the option to hang around a bit and look around after a mission is done. I'm not sure there was anything to be found there necessarily, but I did save right before the door, so let me quickly reload there and check that room. Alright, we are back on our way to the Normandy. As it turns out, there was... well, I learned two things. First, there was nothing to be found in that room. For some reason I thought there was more to look at. And the other thing is that apparently my... or one of the keys I used to pause my recording is also the reload quick save key, which, well, happened to work out in this case, but I'm surprised that hasn't...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Right, thanks. I'm really surprised that hasn't been a problem so far. Right, unread messages, re-encrypted data from Alliance Command. Commander, we got your data. We got the data you sent. If this went public, it could do some serious damage to Cerberus's image. This intel will take years to decode, but just having it is a huge win for the Alliance. Well done, Shepard. Thanks. Take care of Garrus. From Nala Butler? Who's that? My husband was one of the men serving on Garrus's team. Oh, I don't know much. I don't know how much Garrus talked to you about what happened. I don't know the specifics myself, only that my husband died in a trap set by those bastard gangs. I know Garrus blames himself. He took every shot fired at his squad as a failure on his part, and it was clear when he sent me the message about my husband that he thinks it was his fault. My husband would never have wanted that. He was proud of the work he did on Garrus's squad. He was taking back Omega from the gangs. He died fighting with honor. I miss him. God, I'd give anything to get him back. But whatever happened there wasn't Garrus's fault. You're his commander now. Please, if you can, help him stop blaming himself. And please don't tell him that I sent you this. Thank you, Nala Butler. Oh, that's nice. Super sad, but also very nice of her. Normandy crash site data received. Ah, from Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, the Alliance was grateful to receive the information you found at the Normandy's crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dog tags, you have provided peace of mind for a lot of people, Commander. I thank you on their behalf. Nice. Okay. What else do we have? More Codex. Ships and vehicles?
Wait. Asari-made Solaris armor can resist even the tremendous heat and...
Oh, of course, because I reloaded. Yep. So these are not actually new. Pursuit tactics. Disruptor torpedoes, javelin. What's the first one in the list? I think we've read that before. Mantis gunship. Two-man vector thrust aircraft. Or maybe we haven't. The A-61 Mantis gunship? The workhorse of mercenary bands. Oh no, wait. That's the thing we fought. Maybe you haven't read that. The workhorse of mercenary bands throughout the galaxy, the Mantis is a two-man vector thrust aircraft that excels in close air support roles. Highly modular in construction, the Mantis can be reconfigured as a low... No, wait. We have read that. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay. Squad has not leveled up? No. Okay. What's next then? So suppose this was a kind of a minor quest, so talking to all the crew members probably isn't necessary.
I bumped into Zaid recently. Quite the character.
Isn't he?
Given how much violence and destruction that man's seen, he's surprisingly well adjusted. Still, I wouldn't want to be alone with them. Anyway, what's up?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Of course you do. Well, it's
I
nothing
better
new
go.
though.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Let's see if I can afford anything new here. Weapon upgrades? Nope. Oh, what's that? AP sniper rifle. Increases damage by 50% against armor. Improves sniper rifles for entire squad. Nice. Okay. Assault rifle penetration. Yeah, these are old news. I guess this must have unlocked because I got 1 rank of sniper rifle damage. Interesting. Okay, these are also not unlocked yet. I could afford the Thanix cannon. But I would really like... Oh wait, there are different resources. So I guess I could buy this. Again, I'm not sure when and to what degree this is going to become relevant. But since it's there, I mean, I obviously want this eventually. Might as well get it now. Yeah, and this one takes only a little bit more iridium, which might be worth looking for. Yes, I'm going to buy this right now. So it's out of the way. Prototypes, more than this Omni tool. I could... Yeah, let's just get it. I did find a lot of ESO on that one planet.
Shepard, how can I help?
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the collectors?
Sorry, have done what I can. Focusing on studying collector tech now.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Not at the moment. Anything
I'll
else?
let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Oh, that was interesting just now. Well then, I guess let's look for the next thing to explore. We seem to be done with... Oh, never mind. We're not quite done with this. Dorgal. The surface of Dorgal is an ethane-soaked mush. The planet hovers near the boiling point of the hydrocarbon. And... ethane, and supports a diverse, if simple, and slow-moving carbon-based ecology. The planet's gravity is strong enough to retain an atmosphere of molecular nitrogen and carbon monoxide, but the methane that dominated billions of years ago has long since been lost. Oh, rich. Oh, I like to hear that. Oh, quite rich indeed.
Launching probe.
Again, I would normally do this kind of thing off camera.
Launching probe.
I guess exploring or scanning a single planet is not going to take super long, so it should hopefully be okay. Oh wow, it's a lot of stuff here.
Probe away.
But as I said, I just I discovered by complete random chance that my reload key, or that the reload key is also my pause key, so I can't very well go ahead and pause recording right now. I'm not sure if I can reload in this screen. I guess not every situation in the game allows you to reload, which is how I managed to resume recording during the loading screen, for example. Yeah. I'm going to try and rebind one of those two keys. Probably there. I'm not even sure you can rebind key bindings for Mass Effect. I mean, normally you probably can, but since I'm using that controller mod, it might not be as easy. It certainly wasn't for the first game. There's a tiny spike here. I would... Oh, well, we do have enough iridium, but only barely. I would prefer more, if possible.
Launching probe.
We do get lots of platinum for whenever we need it, so I guess that's good. And there's usually... Oh, okay. Went to poor now, I guess. We'll leave for the time being. Well, I did not check these other two planets for resources. How am I gonna do this? I guess I'm going to risk reloading my save? Wait, never mind. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quick save, and yeah, I will go ahead and pause recording. Either way, it's gonna be a bit cumbersome for this episode before I actually perform those rebinds, but that's okay. I'm going to scour these 2 planets for resources, and then we'll move on. See you in a moment. Alright, I did exploit these planets. Interestingly, Lorik had a ton of stuff, and it stayed at moderate all the way until the end, when it suddenly became depleted without going to poor first. Or yeah, so that was interesting. Let's see here. I guess we have a couple of options. Could go to any of the ones that say 0% explored, of course. I don't know, Batala, maybe? Yeah, it's not like any of them are super close by. I really hope. I mean, if nothing else, I should be able to make it back to. What? Right. I could make it back to Sorobarik to refuel, but we'll see. Maybe they have a fuel depot here. I'm also out of probes, unfortunately. Doesn't really look like they have anything here. Only 3 planets too. Well then, let's take a look. Nirog is a hydrogen-methane gas giant whose moons were once home to Estel, a Batarian warlord who terrorized the Terminus systems. Attempting to unite a pirate army under his banner, he successfully conducted a rapid blitz against 11 habitable planets. Fortunately for the rest of the galaxy, Estel's crimes caught the attention of the Spectres, who deducted his hidden location and assassinated him. Estel's empire, built on a hyper-extended army, soon came crashing down. His lost stockpiles of Element Zero have become something of a legend, and foolish spacers have spent countless amounts of time and money searching the Batala system, convinced they will be the ones that finally strike it rich. Oh. Well, now I wish I had some probes left, although, I mean, it doesn't say anomaly detected on this one, so I guess there isn't anything. Thunawanuro. A strange island of peace in the lawless Terminus systems, Thunawanuro is a planet of crushing gravity but abundant life. As its ponderous name indicates, it was colonized by the Elcor, I see, who have several booming industries on the planet. Hydroelectric dams and biofuels from tough woody algae provide much of the planet's energy. Mines export uranium, thorium, and gold, taken to space with generous use of mass effect fields. Of course, pirates target the Elcor's shipping as soon as it leaves orbit, but the Elcor's deals with mercenary companies keep away all but the most foolhardy of attackers. Oh. Unfortunately, it won't, or I guess fortunately, it won't allow me to... Oh, I see. You can rotate the planet. I was wondering why scrolling the text up and down also rotated the planet. Yeah, I can't land here. I really would like to see a Elcor settlement eventually. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna happen eventually. Logosiri. A step above a carbonaceous asteroid, Logosiri is a planet with a carbon-heavy crust and a trace atmosphere of CO2 and helium. Its surface is cool enough to have liquid water, but it is rapidly drying out, as it has lost the critical mass to have a self-sustaining hydrologic cycle. Nevertheless, the Batarians have colonized the world, forcing slaves to work in their mines and agri-habitats. The labor is hot, endless, and backbreaking, even in its low-G environment. Every horror story told by slaves elsewhere in the cluster seems to be topped by one from Logosiri. The most famous is that of the slaver Silparon, who worked to death 420 slaves over the course of a galactic standard year, and ground up their bodies for compost in his greenhouses. He was eventually poisoned by his wife, but his shadow and his business model still hangs over the miserable planet. Well, that's awful. Yeah, what's also awful is that I can't scan out any of the planets, so I guess I really don't have a choice here. but return. Maybe there's gonna be an upgrade to the amount of probes they can carry at one time. That would be much appreciated. For the time being, I guess I'll have to return to this fuel depot quite frequently. Thankfully, neither fuel nor probes are especially expensive. Well, anyway, I'm going to scan these planets for stuff because fortunately you cannot quick save or quick load while on this screen here, so that's useful. So I'm going to do that, and we'll head to the next system in just a moment. Alright, I have refueled after ridding that Batal system of its resources, which were quite plentiful, honestly. That Elcor planet was quite the mother load. Got a lot of element 0 from that. Right, let's explore this one from the innermost planet. Setor. A rocky planet with a crushing atmosphere, Setor has been scanned from orbit, but largely left unexplored due to its sweltering conditions. Its atmosphere contains nitrogen, but also an unusually high percentage of ethane, which can coalesce in pockets near the surface. The alumina-heavy crust of the planet can reach glowing hot temperatures during the daytime, reaching the ethane's auto-ignition temperature and creating pockets of flame across the landscape. For this reason, extravehicular activities are discouraged on Setor, and no company has been willing to invest in exploration. Okay. Of course, that's not gonna stop our probes. Batar. Located within the life zone of the dimming orange sun, Batar would be habitable except for its carbon dioxide atmosphere and an icy surface that kills most oxygen-producing bacteria. Nonetheless, mercenary companies and slavers have numerous strongholds on the planet, out of reach of any galactic authority. Travel advisory. A statistically significant number of distress signals have originated within the 1 million kilometer mark of Batar. Civilian travel is not advised. Well, thankfully we are not civilians. But unfortunately we cannot do anything with this. Uwan Oche, or Uwan Prime, is a stony planet encased in ice under a methane-heavy sky. Named for the Uwan Consortium, the Batarian manufacturing firm that financed its exploration, Uwan Oche's crust provides much of the boron allotropes used in Omnigel throughout the Terminus systems. The area has naturally become a haven for pirates, who attempt to steal the refined gel or its ingredients as soon as the cargo ships leave the atmosphere. Alright. Huh. What an uneventful system. Well, I guess once more I'm going to rid it of its resources, and we'll move on to... what else is there? At least one more system, it looks like. Arin Larkan. Yeah. Okay, we're done here. Let's move on to Arin Larkan. One of the more strangely named systems with only a single planet. Oh. Well then. Guess that should make exploration quick, if nothing else. Achievement update, yay. Eutha. Punished with UV and gamma radiation from the Class F star orbits, Eutha is no one's first choice for a planet to land on. Covered in seawater, Eutha has a hydrosphere and ozone layer similar to Earth's, but that simply isn't enough to ward off the life-killing radiation. Its nitrogen-rich, oxygen-poor atmosphere goes unchanged by the few proteins that have managed to form in the ocean depths. Eutha, however, has served as a way station for slaves escaping their Batarian masters. What little land it has is tectonically stable, and its considerable radiation belt and electrical storms grant cover from many common types of sensors. Fleeing ships typically hide on Eutha long enough to discharge their drive cores and stock up on deuterium before trying to make it to the cluster's mass relay. I see. Well, I have a couple of probes left, so let's see if I can we can't grab some good stuff here. Well, that's a pretty good platinum deposit. As you can see, in the meantime, my resource depots have filled considerably. Okay, this looks pretty good.
Probe launched.
Could always use more element 0, of course, but if nothing else, I have plenty of iridium, well, iridium, platinum, and palladium. Enough to buy even the
Probe launched.
super expensive medbay upgrade, which still doesn't seem like much of a priority, but I guess I could also go ahead and get it out of the way. Okay, one more probe. Yeah, this seems good enough.
Probe away.
Alright. Let's return home, so to speak. I wonder what happens when you actually run out of fuel in the middle of or in between two systems. Honestly, I'm tempted to just try what happens. I'm gonna buy some probes and go back to the Normandy to buy some stuff. Armor upgrades? No. What was it? Ship enhancement. Right, the mineral scanner. I guess I could have gone ahead and picked that up somewhere in the middle here, huh? Well, it's gonna come in handy in quite a few systems up ahead, so not too big of a waste. Yeah, I don't know. Completely heal your scars. I mean, I really don't need this, because I'm planning to be a Paragon anyway, and you know, no, can't really justify spending that many resources. M622 Avalanche, right? Sure. Right. All of these still require more basic upgrades. Well, did unlock the respective Codex entries though.
Still in its experimental stages, the M622 Avalanche generates a Bose-Einstein condensate within a mass effect bubble, which dissipates on impact, violently spraying the condensate outward and coating the target in a near absolute zero superfluid. The Avalanche is unreliable, at times merely coating its target with ice, defacing exposed skin and freezing armor joints. Such low temperatures cause great damage to electronics like kinetic barrier emitters, which sometimes leads to total systems failure. At the other extreme, the Avalanche freezes flesh and bone, causing massive trauma as blood vessels constrict and frozen blood expands. Occasionally, such iced tissue shatters.
Ugh. Brutal.
With the lab following the Battle of the Citadel, human and Turian volunteers conducted a massive 3-month recovery effort to clear the station's orbit of debris. Secretly, the Turian Office of Technological Reconnaissance volunteers were technology recovery specialists, salvaging the main weapon of the Geth flagship Sovereign and large amounts of its valuable Element 0 core. Contrary to popular belief, Sovereign's main gun was not a directed energy weapon. Rather, its massive Element 0 core powered an electromagnetic field suspending a liquid iron-uranium-tungsten alloy that shaped into armor-piercing projectiles when fired. The jet of molten metal, accelerated to a fraction of the speed of light, destroys targets by impact force and irresistible heat. Only 11 months after the battle, the Turians produced the Thanix, their own miniaturized version of Sovereign's gun. The Thanix can fire reliably every 15 seconds, rivaling a cruiser's firepower, but mountable on a fighter or frigate.
Now I don't know what to believe. Is it 5 seconds or 15? I guess 15 sounds more realistic, maybe?
Asari made
Okay. Secondary? Yes. Technology. Argus Plant Scan Technology. There it is. The Argus provides a qualitative leap in planetary surface imaging, a proprietary technology of the Android Group, an RRG laboratory reportedly owned by Cerberus. This upgrade for Anomaly's sensory array delivers superior long-range topographical scanning resolution and rendering speed. By developing an orbital multistatic grid of 100 radar-emitting microsatellites, the Argus quickly delivers a global digital elevation model, DEM, at 15 meters per pixel resolution, vastly outclassing the Normandy's previous scanner peak performance of 27 MPP. Okay. Such imaging quality provides superior defensive intelligence and at a speed warranted by the dangers of combat. At slower scanning and rendering speed, the Argus can resolve down to an astonishing 0.001 MPP, 1 millimeter per pixel, ideal for geological and biological prospecting, archaeological research, and long-term security surveillance. By employing such a massive multistatic grid of nearly untraceable micro-emitters, the resilient Argus is virtually invulnerable to electronic countermeasures. The spherical geometry of the Argus grid also allows superior cross-sectioning of targets. That sounds pretty awesome. We'll see how that works in practice, though. Right. Now, I unlocked the Avalanche. I'm not sure if I really want to use that over a rocket launcher, which I haven't tested in practice yet.
How may I help you,
Anything new?
Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be
Don't
all.
really
I'll
expect
be here if you
anything.
need anything.
Okay. Well then, I guess it's time to make our first jump, huh? Oh, wait. Wait a second. Let me save the game here. And just because I'm curious, I'm gonna go ahead and deplete my fuel here. Maybe it's just game over. We'll see.
We're out of fuel.
Oh.
Engaging FTL drive for an emergency jump to a fuel station.
I see. So that just uses up some of my regular resources to bring me back here. Well, that's okay. Right. Now that I know that there's a quick load button, which is actually handy, it's just unfortunate that it's also the one that I'm used to using for pausing recording. Okay, there we go. I hope it's recording fine, because it just froze for a second or two. Alright. Let's not do that then, unless we have to. That's good to know that you can't actually, like, soft lock or something like that. I mean, obviously that would be the case, but... oh well. Omega Nebula, 100%. Nice. Well then, I guess let's go here, since we do have 2 quests to take care of, and I would like to find out what this cargo cache is all about. Ah, yes. Good old mass relay jumped. Okay, ozone system. Now I have to take into account the that I'll have to edit the video in the end, but I think we have like 10-ish minutes more to go. Let's see, the mass relay. What's that? So is this outer orbit only the mass relay, or is it shared with the planet? It looks like it's just a mass relay. Alright. They do have a fuel depot here, which I guess it makes sense. I guess they will always have one in the system with a mass relay. Let's see what we have here. Olokun. Olokun, Sky Harvest, is a standard gas giant composed of hydrogen and helium. The spacefarers from Erinle gathered a helium-3 from here rather than Orunmila, as its atmosphere is much more predictable. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. The Faryar system is up there, and we have the prison ship Purgatory right here. So that looks like a likely candidate for where we are going to head next. Aganju. Aganju is an extremely large rock planet with a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Abundant in both copper and platinum, the crust has been scanned by mining bots from Erinle, but the specialized equipment to work in Aganju's heavy gravity, more than 5 Gs, has created prohibitive costs, and so Aganju is largely unexploited. It would seem to make it difficult for us to retrieve any resources, but we'll see. Erinle. Erinle is a garden world in its last stages of habitability. While its soil still supports agriculture, its animal biodiversity has fallen to record lows, and the most successful remaining life is toxic blue-green algae and insect-like pest species. A large Salarian colony is trying to restore biodiversity to the planet, but setbacks are a fact of life. Mineral and fuel mining remains lucrative, however, and Erinle has a thriving spaceport that refuels many ships passing into the terminus systems. Okay. Finally, we have Orunmila. A medium-sized gas giant, Orunmila is close enough to its parent star to suffer massive changes in temperature during its day and night periods. This leads to powerful convection currents and storms throughout its hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Gathering helium-3 to refuel is possible for the hardiest of exploration craft, but lesser ships are nearly always lost in the attempt. Orunmila is within the frost line of its solar system, where icy-cored gas giants do not usually form. For this reason, it is believed to be an extrasolar planet captured by its star's gravity. Alright. I think I wanna test my new scanners once, just in case it looks any different. I don't know, maybe it just works faster? Can't really tell. Maybe I get more resources out of each use of a probe?
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
Well, I don't really notice any difference. Maybe it's really just the efficiency
Probe away.
that is improved. Well, it still says moderate, but I don't know. I guess that was a medium-sized palladium deposit. Oh. Hello? Where are you? Okay, let's... I mean, some of these are really extremely tiny, so it's very, very easy to miss them entirely. Nope. I don't know. It's hardly worth using another probe here, but... Okay. So, no huge changes, but I guess it's probably better. Sure, let's take a look at the prison ship. Owned by the notorious Blue Suns mercenary company, the Purgatory was once an ARC ship used to hold agricultural animals. Now it is used to hold prisoners, whether taken in battle or sold by unscrupulous politicians under the name of subcontracting and outsourcing. Rumors abound that the Blue Suns turn skilled or fit prisoners over to Batarian slavers, but few have ever seen the transaction and lived to tell about it. Its population is listed at 4,350, but independent journalists estimate it is nearly 3 times that in periods of overcrowding. Wonderful. Maybe we can do something about these practices. Well, certainly not in the 5 minutes remaining for this episode. If my calculations are correct. Also, I guess it's really about time for the episode to end, since I seem to be losing my ability to speak. Let's take Garrus and... I don't know, maybe Miranda. I haven't really taken her on a mission yet, have I? Except for the tutorial, basically, where I had to pick her. Or where she was automatically assigned, rather. Do I want to save her points for anything, or maybe... Improve her warp. Let's do that. Garrus, is that you? I mean, it's obviously not Garrus. Okay. But that might be the person out to greet us here. Let's turn around and walk in the complete opposite direction. No, nothing here. Hello, friends.
Welcome to the Purgatory, Shepard. Your package is being prepped and you can claim it shortly. As this is a high-security vessel, you'll need to relinquish your weapons before we proceed.
No, or go to hell. I don't know. I mean...
I can't do that.
Everyone stand down. Commander, I'm Warden Kuril, and this is my ship. Your weapons will be returned on the way out. You must realize this is just a standard procedure.
It's my standard procedure to keep my gun.
Staring
Let them
contest.
proceed. Our facility is more than secure enough to handle 3 armed guests.
See?
We're bringing Jack out of cryo. As soon as the funds clear, you can be on your way. If you'll follow me to out processing for the pickup, Commander.
Let's go.
Cell Block 2. As you can see, we keep tight control over the population.
I mean, I can't
Each
really see
prisoner's
much.
cell is a self-contained modular unit. I've blown a few out the airlocks as an example.
I'm proud of it, huh?
The ship is made up of 30 cell blocks identical to this one. We house thousands of criminals. We can put the whole place in lockdown on a moment's notice. Nothing goes wrong here.
Right.
Can you tell me about Jack?
Cerberus hasn't told you?
Nope.
Jack is the meanest handful of violence and hate I've ever encountered. Dangerous, crazy, and very powerful. You'll see soon enough.
How'd you end up running this ship?
I was in law enforcement on Palaven and got sick of seeing criminals escape out into the galaxy to carry on with their crimes. Bounty hunters aren't dependable. Eventually I hit upon this idea. Keep the criminals in space and the galaxy is a safer place.
You do this because you think it's necessary?
Every day I see the worst sapient life has to offer. Governments are soft, unwilling to make the hard choices. Someone had to stand up and make the galaxy safe.
I see. I mean, I don't completely disagree here, but...
Maintaining a population this size in space can't be cheap.
We can cut corners that governments can't, and each
Right.
prisoner brings in a fee from his homeworld. These individuals are violent, and their home planets pay well to keep them here.
Yeah, and if they don't pay, you make some extra credits by selling some of them off, huh?
What happens if the homeworld doesn't want to pay?
We explain that we can't maintain the prisoner without their help, so we'll be forced to release him back onto his homeworld at an unspecified place and time.
So it's an extortion racket.
You don't have to agree with my methods, but don't question my motives. These are despicable people, and I'm keeping them locked up.
Let's get on with this.
Have there been escape attempts?
We're in space. They have nowhere to go, and they know it. But still, we exercise extreme caution. These are dangerous individuals. We have many ways to control the population. I'm going to confirm that the funds from Cerberus cleared. Out processing is straight down this hallway. Just keep going past the interrogation rooms and the Supermax wing.
Alright.
I'll catch up with you later, Shepard.
Why do I have the sneaking suspicion that something is not going to go quite as planned here. Well, anyway, this is a perfect stopping point. We will start this mission here in earnest next time. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching, as always. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.